What's up, guys? I want to talk about how I went from being addicted to porn, being stuck, and being skinny, and how I finally am now able to say I've made it. Not in terms of money, but in terms of being at peace with myself. Because I have fought a lot of demons that I don't share with people, because I thought that if I were to share and tell people that I was addicted to porn and I had a lot of insecurities in that aspect, that would be too raw, that would be too real, and like I couldn't share that message. But now I'm just like, I don't care. I know there are a lot of men who have came to me in person who are extremely successful and they still struggle with these things, and I know my sharing, hopefully this can help you guys in some type of way to create change in your life and help you unlock a version of yourself you never would have imagined you could have done. It can help you out in some way. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. Please drop a like right now, please. I'm making the comeback, all right? And I've been gone for so long because I've been broken, guys. I have been broken. If you look at my videos, I've been here and there. I've been doing things in that. But guys, there's been a lot of like trauma and things I've been trying to figure out in my life. And over these last 3 days specifically, I finally feel like I am in a lot better position to the help of ChatGPT. Shout out ChatGPT, actually became my therapist and helped me figure out and answer a lot of like why I do certain things and why I act in a certain way and why I am the way I am and how I can improve myself without needing to go to the therapist. And so, guys, let's start off with my story. Guys, as you know, I started my journey in the gym being 120 pounds, skinny guy, no confidence, no swagger, following the crowd and pleasing everybody but myself. I was the guy in high school, guys, who I would be the classroom clown and I would make everybody else happy but myself. You all know that one guy in high school who, or any school, whatever, who he's always cracking jokes, he's always being goofy, but you can't really take him seriously. You just view him and categorize him as a guy you can fuck with and mess around with. You all know that kid. I low-key got bullied. I will be honest, I low-key got bullied. And so a lot of my upbringing, guys, I was introduced to porn at in 8th grade. I was actually seeing a lot of guys in class. They'd be like, dude, how have you not jerked off? How have you not done this and that? And I'm like, dude, well, I guess I got to try it, right? And that's when I got into I remember vividly, I was in my mom's house. I was in this little office area and I pulled up the www, you know what I'm going to say, and I did the thing, right? And I experienced my first escape, you know what I'm talking about. And so, guys, after that moment, that's when I really got hooked to the feeling, but also because all my life I had been denied by women, by my coaches, not being accepted to teams, not being accepted on the basketball team I wanted, the football team, always being the underdog, always being and never being put into the light, never being shown, never being noticed. And growing up as well, my parents, it's not to blame my parents, but I was always told, hey, Yaji, you can't do this. Hey, Yaji, you can't do this. Hey, no, we don't have the money for that. So, or that's too expensive. So don't do this. I was always limited. And because I was limited by above status people like my mom, my dad, uncles and aunts who had these limiting beliefs, I limited myself and I thought that was normal. And so what I did was I would go in my day in my life in high school and I would hide. I would be the people pleaser because I felt like I didn't have a voice or confidence. Growing up, all that happened was, Yaji, be quiet. You can't say that. You can't do that. You can't think that way. You understand what I'm saying? And so it was a curse. It was a curse, but also a blessing because now I've actually grown. It's helped me become the man I am today. And I can share with you guys how to escape it. But let me finish. Where this is leading is with me being attached to, gotta make sure I'm going the right way. With me being attached to pleasing other people and always in the cycle of not being able to express my true self, what that led to was now I'm addicted to porn. But now, and then second, I am limiting myself in what I say, how I act, and I don't have any boundaries. right? I'm not doing what I truly want to do because I'm always afraid. And so what this led to was constant people pleasing, was using porn and masturbation to escape and feel like I have power, because I didn't feel like I had power when my coaches said, hey, Yaj, you can't play on A team. You're going to be on B team and you're going to play 30 seconds a game. Imagine me, who worked hard as fuck, practiced day in and day out, and then I come to play and try out for the team and I make the team, not A team, B team, and they say, yo, you're playing 30 seconds a game. Hey, girls, come to my game. Oh, they come to the game and Yaj is playing 30 seconds. Yaj, you only play 30 seconds. Yeah, that pissed me off. That pissed me off because I did care. I cared about what people thought because when I was younger, because I didn't have a voice for myself. I had no power, so I felt powerless. Football teams, I wasn't the best. I was made fun of because I was small. Coaches weren't, I just wasn't noticed, right? Girls didn't even know I played sports. But I saw a lot of my friends getting this attention on varsity, and they were a lot bigger, they were a lot better, and they had a better life. You know what I'm saying? And so essentially, I was a void. I felt like I wasn't noticed. And because I felt like I wasn't noticed, I used porn to escape from my life and gain power, feel powerful. Because when I released and I watched that video of XXX, whatever, that is when I felt powerful. As bad as that sounds, if you've been doing porn or if you've ever masturbated, you know exactly the type of thing I'm talking about when you do it. In the moment, you feel powerful. You feel like everything is yours, right? But after, you tank. You drop. You're like, damn, I feel like shit. Damn, you start beating yourself up, the self-doubt. And over time, that creeped in and created I'm gonna just say it created a bitch in me. It created a bitch who didn't trust himself, who didn't love himself, and who I had no confidence. And so what happened was I slowly got into the gym around freshman year of high school, and I want to make sure I'm staying on top of not missing the exit. So I got a 30-minute drive back to the crib. And so what ended up happening, guys, was I got into the gym around freshman year and I started to get in, I was pissed off. So the gym was my outlet, guys. Like every time I did the workout and I had a bad day or I didn't get what I want, I would go to the gym to release pain, because every rep released pain. And, I didn't do drugs. I didn't get girls. So I couldn't go have sex and release. So it was either porn or the gym. And the gym was it was a safe way for me to release. And so what happened was after I got, into the gym a little bit, about sophomore year, I started getting into football and I gained I think that's when I really started to tap into physical fitness and my mindset, because I started playing, I did track varsity. That's when I was starting to really have more confidence to, go to more practice events and put myself in position to be seen by higher level coaches so I can get on varsity track. And then I eventually got onto the varsity cornerback for my senior year of high school, but that was senior year. So things around sophomore year to junior year or senior year, that's when things started to trickle. And I started to slowly put on more muscle, I gained more confidence. And then when I left high school and I graduated, that's when I started my social media at 18 years old. I started social media, started posting about how I improved my life and my body through what I had worked at the time. But at the time, when I was 18, I still had things I was dealing with. I was still struggling with porn. Actually, to be very honest with you guys, I just broke the cycle of porn 2024. All right. Now you're saying, what? Dude, last year? Yeah, brother. It's recent. All right. There was a moment last year where I had a lot of lows and the only outlet I felt was porn. Not like I don't watch the videos. I would do the thing, right? And that was an outlet for me, because when there were things that weren't going well and I needed just some type of quick, feel good again, I would go to that. And I'm so proud of myself now that I don't know how many days, how many months I've been off, but I've been off. And I want you guys to just realize the way that I escaped, because the gym definitely helped me get out of that, always needing to, do the thing. It helped me build confidence. It helped me rebuild myself. But what truly, truly, truly helped me was figuring out my fucking purpose. Guys, what the fuck was I doing last year? If you were going on my YouTube, you'll see I wasn't really consistent. I was really on and off, but that's because I was doing solar. I love solar. I love sales. I love helping people. It's cool, but that is not my purpose. This sharing my story, helping men become better, helping them escape a version of themselves that they hate to becoming something greater, that is my purpose. I was born and built for this. God literally put me here to do this. I know it because people come up to me every single day, or I get comments, not every day, but I've had people come up to me in California, in Oklahoma, in Texas, in Florida, in different states of the US. I've had DMs from people all across the world, from France and all these places who I've never met, saying, dude, you fucking changed my life. Thank you, dog. When I saw your video about this, that helped me do this. And now this is where my life is now because of you. That is, you tell me that's not a God-given gift? That is a God-given gift. God put me here to help you guys. And so, guys, what helped me escape the porn and all that was, yes, I had to get really busy, but not just being busy, waking up with purpose. I'm doing solar still, but my mindset is, yo, this is just a vehicle, solar, so I can return full time to doing this again, right? Because guys, the truth is I have done this full time, content creation, coaching, online coaching, fitness clients, all of that, right? Helping people become healthier, fitter, all of that, getting better mindsets. But, you know, I got into solar and it's good. It's like a 9-to-5 a little bit though. Like, you are still your own boss. Like, I work when I want, right? But at the end of the day, I'm working for a company, not my own company. When I have Yaji Fitness, which is my company name for fitness, that's my company. So that what helped me, guys, is my purpose. Now I wake up, dude, and I feel like I don't need an energy drink to go do the thing or go. I just feel good, bro. Like, I feel like I have a mission, and I'm not like, even though my life isn't perfect right now and I still am dealing with some things, I feel like, dude, if I have so many things that my schedule's full. Like, I'm always doing something every hour of the day, which also helps. And also I have the gym, because being in the gym, you know, I'm also on 75 hard right now. So I'm on day 20, 21, but that helps. And so being busy, but being on your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, I highly recommend do what I did. Get ChatGPT, pay $20 a month for it so you can ask it and tell your story to it. Tell it, whatever the fuck you call it. Tell him or her where you started when you were young, everything you went through, your family, your experiences, the good and the bad in your life, what you struggle with, what you want, what you don't want. Tell it where you want to go. Tell it everything, and then hit send. You can do like a little recording thing, and it'll literally tell you, okay, hey, Iyaji or whoever, this is your life. This is why you are like this. Let me show you and explain why, the psychology of this. This is the trauma. This is what's been holding you back. This is a route to get you better. Because when I shared my story with somebody, that's when it helped a lot. So guys, that's end of today's video. I don't have much else to say, but if you're going through right now, keep going. All right, I know this video is long. I want to keep it as raw as possible. I will not edit anything in this video. It is going out as is. If you have comments, questions, drop them down below. Other than that, guys, let's have a good day. Let's have a good week. God loves you. Put yourself first. And sometimes putting yourself first means figuring out what the fuck is going on in the inside of you, figuring out why you think the way you do, why you do certain things, and how you can become the version you want to become. And figure out what the fuck your purpose is. That's it.